It's been nearly 6 months now since Dylan Ehler, a 3-year-old, first vanished from his grandmother's yard. He has not been seen or heard from since, and no body has been recovered in that time. There have been a number of updates in the case, including some potentially criminal activity that have been reported to the parents. However, we still do not know what happened to Dylan Ehler. Let's take a closer look. Hello, my friends. It's always good to talk to you. I hope you're staying warm out there. Now, a few months ago, we talked about the missing case of Dylan Ehler, a 3-year-old who vanished without a trace on May 6th from Truro, Nova Scotia. A very heartbreaking story, and one that at that point in time had not been solved, and is today, even months later, approaching the 6-month in the case, has not been solved. You'll recall that Dylan was last known to be in his grandmother's yard, in the backyard specifically. He was playing. She was apparently nearby. She was going to put a dog on a leash, had turned around, walked away for a minute, and when she returned, he was gone. There have been a number of rumors about what may have happened, what the grandmother's role has been in that case, what the parents' role in that case have been, and where he went. His boots, I believe, were found in a nearby body of water, and the popular theory is that he must have gone in there and likely got swept away. There's been a pretty massive search effort. All in all, Nova Scotia's police and emergency management team provided drone searches, canine dive teams, aerial teams, underwater, all sorts of technology utilized to try to find Dylan, and none of that has found any body. Now, in these cases, usually at this point, or at least a few weeks after something does turn up, it's now been 6 months, suggesting to some that he may not have actually entered that water. And the lack of finding a body, the lack of finding him in this area, has actually given the family some hope. This week, they actually plan to continue with their search effort. His parents have been going tirelessly and endlessly, day by day. His father, Jason, saying that it's been frustrating, and every day is like starting back on day one. And some crazier things have happened to them. They've actually received ransom. They've actually received messages from people claiming that they know where Dylan's at and that they have to send them some kind of Bitcoin or some obfuscated amount of money in order to get any answers. Now, they have had to bring the police in to deal with that situation. However, authorities officially state that they believe it is just a scam and that there are some very cold people out there that are trying to profit off of this disappearance by utilizing something untraceable like a cryptocurrency payment on the family, which would then just leave them cold. There have also been a lot of leads in this case that have gone nowhere. In a nearby city, somebody reported a woman walking down the street with a child that looked a lot like Dylan. Police ended up doing some interviews there. They ended up reviewing security footage and determined that that was just not the case, that it was not Dylan. And these kind of cases tend to have sometimes hundreds, if not thousands, of calls like this. When we've been talking about the Chance Engelbert case, the number of calls from around the country reporting sightings of him have just been numerous and very hard for law enforcement to keep up with. And so that's where we're at, my friends. Some crazy things have happened in the last few months since we last reported on this case, and yet we still don't have any answer of what happened to Dylan, where he's at. Is he alive? Is he okay? Whether something bad happened to him. We just don't know those things. And until we do, I imagine that the family and the friends will not give up searching. They will always have some hope until they have some kind of answer. They do deserve some kind of closure regardless. And I hope that this case continues to get the coverage and resources needed to give them that closure. My friends, I will be updating this case as new information comes in. We will find some answer on Dylan someday, and we'll be discussing it right here. If you haven't already, make sure to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss a thing. Also, as a side note, some of you might know that this week I actually started a brand new channel on YouTube, and it's still closely associated with Not Famous. It's called Still Not Famous. It is a place where I can post some of the random stuff that I do and create that doesn't quite fit the niche of this channel. If you want to check it out, it's Still Not Famous on YouTube. A few videos there, and I plan on adding some more, and hope to see you there. My friends, I hope you have an amazing day. I hope you're staying warm or cold, depending on whatever you prefer, as the weather changes with winter coming on. It's always good to talk to you. I'll probably talk to you again before Halloween. I have some pretty cool ideas for a video or two that I'd like to make, and more information on that coming soon. I'll talk to you again, and as always, adios, amigos.